In this video, I'm going to show you my agent team skill that I created called the fix team skill. And the goal is to basically automate the bug fix pipeline for your application. And take my application for example. Currently, I have a column in my Jira. It's called the backlog bugs, where here you can see I have a QA engineer basically creating any bugs that you found in your applications listed inside of this Jira board. And essentially what I do here is I'll basically use a skill that I created called the fix ticket skill, which will automate my bug fix pipeline. Whenever there's a bug, it's going to start to read the tickets, and it's also going to use the Playwright CLI skill that I created from last video and try to verify to see if this bug exists. If it does, then it's going to do some research, try to do the implementations, and then it's going to trigger the multi-agent team here and try to do the review. Make sure to have the highest accuracy for the review process. And eventually here is also going to trigger the Playwright CLI skill and is also kind of try to verify to see if the fix is actually fixed inside of our applications. And eventually after the skill is all completed, then we can be able to commit it and push in our GitHub, monitor deployments in Vercel, and eventually be able to move that ticket to done or in QA in our Jira board. And this entire flow here, you can see I was able to automate this using the fixed ticket skills that I created in this video, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. And because of this skill that I created called the fixed ticket, now we can go from a bug to done without us having to touch anything. If this sounds like an automation that you want to automate in your application developments, then in this video is definitely going to be for you. So with that being said, if you're interested, let's get into it. All right, so before we jump in, a quick intro for those who are new here. My name is Eric, and I spent years as a senior software engineer at companies like Amazon, AWS, and Microsoft. And I have started this channel to share everything that I learned along the way, from AI encoding to automations, Web3, career developments, and more, all broken down into practical tutorials that you can actually follow. And of course, we also have a school community where you can get access to all the resource, templates, plus our community supports. So if you're ready to level up, make sure to check out my YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. Now let's get back to the video. Now to show you a demo, here you can see I'm in my Jira board, and this is where I keep track of all the tasks that we work on in this project. And one of the ticket is this one right here. So you can see that this is a column called backlog bugs, where all the bugs belong to this column. For example, here you can see I have a ticket called ticket 191, and that's the ticket number. And here is the description of this actual ticket. So let's say if I want to automate this process to have AI here to automatically, fix this issue, be able to verify it, be able to plan, research, and be able to review the fixes that it did. Let me show you the skill that I created to automate this entire process. So here you can see this is a skill that I created called the fix tickets. And of course, I'll make sure to put this particular skills in the link to the description so that you can be able to download this and use it in your own project as well. But aside from this, here you can see how we can use this. We simply just provide the ticket number, which here you can see is going to be CAN 191. And I simply provide this as the ticket that we want to fix using the skill. And here you can see these are all the parameters that we can use inside of the skill as well. For example, which branch are we going to use it for? Is it going to be in the main branch, a new branch, or like a feature branch? Or is it going to be in a secluded or in an isolated work tree environment, right? We can also be able to skip any steps, like for example, review process, be able to skip the Jira process, be able to skip the deployment process to Vercel. We can also be able to skip the verify, the QA check, all those steps. If you want to skip it, you can also set it to true, but by default, you can see we're set it to false because we wanted to have this process to be included in the automation. And then there's also the auto commits. So after it has completed the fix, do you want it to have automatically commit itself? And by default, it will basically commit this change onto its own branch or onto this branch that we set here by default. But if you wanted to not have it to do that, you can also set it to false. And lastly, you can also assign this ticket to someone else after this ticket is done, so that you can maybe, let's say your team here has a QA member, then you can be able to assign this ticket to this QA engineer here after this ticket is merged, and he can be able to test it, right? So it's pretty much that's how it works. And what happened here is that these are all the parameters, and here are the examples on how we can use it, right? So for example, you can just reference, this is the skill that I want to use, and this is the ticket, and here are the parameters that we can set, right? And then below here, you can see this is the entire pipeline flow of the entire automation. And the way how it works is first, it will basically try to ask the user, okay, which branch are we going to perform this action on? And then it's going to read through the Jira ticket, try to understand what this ticket is about. Then it's going to use the QA skill here that we did in the last video and try to reproduce this bug in the browser and see if we can do that. And once we reproduce this, then we're going to spin up a different agent teams here and try to do some research, understand the ticket, maybe ask user a question to see is it aligned with what you're looking for. Then it's going to do the analyze and planning, and then going to do the implementation, and then spin up like different sub-agent here, try to do the code reviews, looking through different angles and try to see if there's any edge cases that we didn't cover. And then eventually we're also going to use the QA here to check to see if it is able to verify the fix in the browser. And eventually we can be able to auto commit this and push it. And if it's pushed it, we can be able to use the Vercel deploy monitor here to monitor if the build here is successful. If it didn't successful, then it will basically try to fix it. But usually it will does the build before it commits. And then you can see here that we're also going to merge the work tree if there's any, hand over to the right person for the Jira ticket, and also give you a summary of the overall flow. And this entire flow is how it works. And you can literally use this to replace mostly like the 90% of the job of a junior engineer, because this is how junior engineer work, right? They pick up a ticket, they read through it, they do some research, they analyze it, they do some review, and then they do the implementation, and then maybe review other people's tickets, stuff like this, right? And you can be able to replace this using this entire skill, automate this entire flow with the responsibility of a junior software engineer. So enough said, let me show you a practical demonstration on how I use this to automate the ticket process for my application bookzero.ai.
Before we jump into the next section of the video, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, OnlyOffice. If you work with documents a lot, this is basically a full Office suite where you can create docs, spreadsheets, presentations, and even edit PDFs. But recently, they added an AI assistant plugin that works directly inside the editor. I can highlight a paragraph like this, open the AI menu, and ask it to summarize, rewrite, or improve the text. For example, if I choose rewrite or optimization, the AI will basically clean up the wording and give me a clearer version of the same paragraph without me having to leave the document. You can even generate images directly from text within the docs and insert them into the document. And this isn't just limited to documents. The same AI tools work in spreadsheets and presentations too. For example, in spreadsheets, you can describe the result you want, and the AI can suggest formulas automatically. Now, one thing I like about the way they built this is that the AI is completely optional. The plugin isn't configured by default, so if you don't want AI features, you can just use the editor normally. Another cool detail is that you can actually mix different models for different tasks. So right now I have all of the tasks set to OpenAI, but if I want just the translation to be handled by Gemini, for example, I can do that. The plugin basically lets you route each task to the model that works best. So if you want to try this yourself, you can check out OnlyOffice and use the AI Assistant plugin. Once you add your API key from whichever provider you want to use, you can start using AI tools directly inside your documents, saving you lots of time. All right, but that said, let's jump back into the video.
So what I do here, I'm simply just gonna do the /fix ticket, and that's exactly the ticket that we use. And I'm simply just gonna reference the ticket number, right? So for example, the ticket number is CAN191, is going to be CAN191. And what I can do here is I can also set the auto commit here to be false so that I can be able to verify this before I push it. So I'm going to say false, and I am just going to run this. And here you can see the first step we're going to do is try to define the branch strategy. So before we start, we're going to work on the ticket. Which branch are we going to handle this? Is it going to be on the main branch, or is it going to be a separate branch or a work tree? Now, to keep things simple, I'm just going to select number 1 here, but ideally, if you're going to work on a bigger project, definitely you want to create a separate branch and create a pull request after you complete. But for simplicity here, I'm just going to choose option number 1 and continue from here. And then after we set the branch strategy to main, now you can see the next step is basically try to read through the Jira ticket and try to understand what the ticket summary is. So you can see here that's going to read through the Jira ticket, and it's also going to read through all the comments that this Jira ticket has, which currently you can see there are 2 of them, and it concludes a ticket summary. Then it's going to use the Playwright CLI skill that I created from the last video and try to see if we're able to reproduce this issue in the actual application. So right here you can see it starts to log into the application. Now it's on the dashboard and it's navigating to the transaction and find the match transaction here. So right here you can see it's testing in localhost 3000, and here you can see it sets the date filter here to be March, and my test data is from January, and the ticket says match transaction page. Let me navigate to the matching page, and right here you can see it navigates to different pages. Try to click on different buttons here. So basically you can see it's going to create a folder called Playwright QA screenshots, and it's called the CAN191 verify. So which is this folder right here. We can be able to actually view the screenshots that it sees. So this is the matching page. We can see one record is being matched. So eventually here you can see it found the view button here, which is what's referenced in the ticket. And then here you can see the bug here is confirmed. Clicking on the view button here, navigate away from the transaction page, which is you can see, and the general receipt page instead of the opening the receipt detail dialog. And then this is the QA verify verdicts. So the bug is confirmed. Clicking on the view here on the match receipt will navigate us to a different page instead of opening the receipt detail. And then later on, you can see it's going to move on to phase 2, which is doing the research and try to understand where that happens in the applications based on the testing that we just went through. And here you can see it's going to understand the root cause. So as you can see, it's going to go through back and forth, try to understand, okay, what was the past commit that we have did? Why is it not being fixed? And here you can see it's going to read through this and try to find the root cause. And this is the bug flow diagram. So user click on the view and you trigger this function and navigate to this page. And here you can see this is the entire flow of the bug on how it reproduced this. And it tells you this is the bug right here. Okay. And basically you can see it gives you a diagram, so it's much more easier to understand. And also it tells you where it's defected and also the proposed approach. So instead of navigating to the receipt page, fetch the receipt by ID, open the receipt detail dialog directly on the statements page. This avoids cross-page navigations and conflict entirely. And the same pattern code here should use from the start as well. So does it sound right, or should you like a different approach? I'm gonna say yes, that sounds good. And then here you can see eventually it does the planning and the implementation. And here you can see these are all the code changes that it has done. And after it does the fixes, here you can see also runs the build automatically and also the linting to making sure that it actually build passed. So after it fixed the build and also the bug, here you can see the build successfully and there's no linting errors or warnings that needs to be worried about. And then it's gonna start to move on to the next phase, which is the review phase. And for review phase here, you can see it's gonna spin up different agents here and try to review the code before we're going to commit this change. So it's going to spin up like 3 review agents and each is going to focus on different things. And then here you can see one of the agent here found that there are 2 findings that we need to fix. So here you can see we have the race condition, the stale receipt. So the view receipt here is not clear on the dialog close and flash out of the old data. And after everything is fixed, you can see there's another agent here also gives some different findings, which is the silent failure hunter. And it's basically trying to see if there's any edge cases that we didn't cover. So here you can see it lists out the findings that it has found. And then eventually here you can see we have the results from the agent number 3. And then once everything is all fixed up, then we also have the phase number 5.5, which is try to spin up the Playwright CLI skill that we created from the last video, using that to check in our application to see if it's fully fixed. Okay, so then eventually here you can see the fix is finally verified, and it has verified that if we were on the statement page, if we were to click on the user to click on the receipt detail, it is able to show the receipt detail dialog in the actual page itself without the redirects. So you can see that the URL here is still stay on the bank statement page with no redirections to the general receipt page, which in this case here, the bug is finally fixed. And then what's going to happen later is that it's going to clean up the test users. And here you can see this is the fix 6 because we have set the auto commit here to be false. And I actually want to run this and be able to see it. That's why I set it to false. But you can see that we have a stop at this stage right here. And then eventually gives you a summary of the entire fix and what was fixed, what are the files changed, and also what are the review process look like, what is the QA steps for the Jira tickets. And here you can see this is the entire phase tracker. So you can see that this is currently pending right now because we already set this to false. But we do see that from the previous phases here, everything is all completed, right? You can see that from the 2 QA skill here, one is the bug confirmed and the one is the bug is confirmed fixed. And everything in between here is also verified and completed as well. So in this case, I'm just going to simply navigate to the application and try to sign in to the test user that we have. And here I'm just going to sign into the test users that we have and click on the transaction page. And simply I'm just going to click on the transaction page, open the view transaction and click on the receipt. You can see here that is able to show a dialog right here on the screen without navigating us to a different page, which you can see here that the issue is completely fixed. So in this case, I am just going to say, please commit the following and continue from step 6. And it's going to continue from step 6 all the way to step 8 until everything is done. And right here you can see it's going to start to commit the changes and push it into this current main branch that we have. But obviously, ideally you wanted to do it in your own branch and create a pull request. But you can see based on this situation right here, it is able to do that. All right, so now you can see that it has committed onto the main branch. And here you can see it's moved on to the Vercel deployment monitoring. So every 45 seconds, it's going to pull the latest build status from Vercel and try to see what's the latest status. And eventually here you can see the deploy is fully deployed to book0.ai. And finally, this is the phase where we're going to do the Jira handoff, where we're going to hand it over to a QA engineer that we have on our team. And here you can see this, the entire Jira post on the comments on exactly what we have done for this commit. And here, this is the entire summary of exactly what we have done. So the QA step to post to the Jira here is how he can be able to test it manually in the live applications once everything is all set. So basically you can see this is the entire phase tracker. So everything is done all automatically using the skills step by step without me having to be involved. Honestly, the only thing that needs to be involved is confirming the actual research and try to confirm if it's aligned with what we're looking for. And after it is able to test it, that the bugs is finished, and then you can be able to continuously moving on to the next tickets. And that's basically how you can be able to use that skill here to automate this entire process. And of course, if you want to get this skill, make sure to head over to the startup class skills that I created for my GitHub. And here you can see this the entire skills, all the skills that I use in this video demonstrations, I put it here. And notice here that this fixed ticket skill is kind of like a mega skill, which contains all the skills that we have inside of this. So we have our dev teams, which is spun up like different agent teams to, for example, like planning, reviewing, implementing, and doing the pull request creations. These are all using agent teams here. And we also have the review team here, which is using like 5 agents for doing the pull request with the devil advocate here and try to have the highest confidence for the pull request reviews. You can also be able to review fix, which we can also be able to spin up like 8 parallel agents to review things as we go. And also we have the Playwright CLI skill, which is created from the last video, where it's basically spin up like a headless browser in the background and try to provision the test users, logins, navigation, screenshots, generate reports, all those things, and basically package all of them in together into a single workflow called the fixed tickets. And you can be able to download this and use it in your own projects. And if you want to get started, simply just going to copy a skill into your projects, configure it, use it in your own project. Let's say your project is using the proj instead of the can for the ticket prefix. You can also change that as well. And simply just going to reference to a Jira ticket that you created, and you can be able to use it right away. And of course, this is the entire project structure on how the skills works, right? These are different skills. And here you can see these are the requirements. So we have the Jira MCP, the Vercel MCP, the Supabase MCP, and also the Playwright CLI, which is what all the skills are using to make this work. So these are all the things that you need. Then you can pretty much continue and be able to use exactly what I demonstrate to you in this video to continue to automate that process. So I hope that you found this video helpful. Please make sure to like this video, consider subscribe for more content like this. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.